In this video we're going to be taking a look at pillar 3, which is support and resistance, and how we plot our lines to assist us in finding entry positions into the market. So all I'll do here is I'll show you some levels that I can see on this chart. So firstly we go to the horizontal line. This is using MetaTrader 4, and we'll plot a line here. As I can see that old support is now acting as new resistance. So what happened here is we've seen there's been selling pressure on the Aussie dollar, because as you can see here we're looking at the Aussie US. It's come down, it's tested this level at 80, let's say 80.5 or around about, come up, bounce back off, and then it's just dove straight down, pretty much a nose dive. And then we've seen it come down to the 75 level. So we'll just say around here. Alright, now what's happened now is we've seen a bearish candle, bearish rejection candle bounce straight off this resistance, and it's come straight down in 20-day moving average, but it's rejected the 20-day moving average on moving to the downside of it. Now it's coming back up to test it. Now what I'm looking for is a double top to form here. But you know, this could break down to the downside again, but I am bearish on this pair, or my fundamental outlook on this pair. So we are going to be looking for a break to the downside. Now, I'll tell you, when I started trading, what confused me the most is everyone says, a lot of traders say to look at support and resistance. But the problem here that we have is, if we look further at the pair, we've got support and resistance here, around there. We've got support and resistance here. Well, that's why I do call them support and resistance, but I like to label them levels of significance, because as you see here, it traded along this line, or along this price level, got trapped, and then just got trapped around these levels. So this is why we use the 5-pillar approach. So the Fibonacci retracement, price action, etc., which can be found in the description of the video. So yeah, that's what we potentially look at, and it is very confusing. Like here I have 4 support and resistance, so I generally call this support and resistance here, because it's coming back to test old support, which it acted as support for quite some time, and I'm looking for it to produce a bearish signal to the so I can trade to the downside, and I'll be using Fibonacci retracement in conjunction with that, and to calculate my lot sizing as well. Now, what I can say about these levels is, don't get too caught up on the levels. Follow the fundamentals. Okay, the fundamentals can tell us a lot, especially in the long term. But we want to be trading this at the top of the range, so we can have a nice stop loss, so we don't get stopped out. Because, like we said, money management is paramount in trading Forex. So what you need to do is you need to grab a chart, print out a few charts, and just start drawing lines. I've used the daily time frame because that's what I prefer to use, because it produces more reliable support and resistance in lower time frames. I mean, you can still use the lower time frames to trade, but always find the daily support and resistance. As I find with my trading in the past, it holds up very well. So I'll do one more for you quickly. Alright, we'll have a look at the Aussie New Zealand. So we get our horizontal line. Sorry, I had a mind blank. Here we go. I can already see one right here. Well, let's see if it comes up and tests here. Where else do we have a support and resistance? Here, as you can see, right there, about here. Let's say here. And it came up and it tested that, and actually produced the bearish candle to the downside. And as you can see, it's failed, and the bulls are breaking. They're probably going to go to the next support and resistance line up here, or yeah, most likely they're going to break straight to the upside here, to the $7.50 area. And the reason I refer to the 50s or the double O's, I like to enter positions at either $7.50 halfway through, or it's at $7, or those sorts of levels. So that's just me personally. That doesn't mean that it always works, but Alright, so if you have any comments, leave them below. The 5 pillar methodology, the link to it is in the description, and don't forget to subscribe.